Hello, everyone, and welcome. I don't have a specific subject today, except I wanted to share a few things with you, and I needed to needed to transcribe a couple passages into my field notes book, into my wool gathering book, and I thought I would do that here. And it's so funny, as I was setting up, I leaned over to grab something and I singed my hair in the candle, and that's all I can smell right now. Oh my goodness. I tell you what. I do stuff like that all the time. It's amazing I have hair. Okay, so I wanted to start by showing you these lovely little bags. And I bought one off Etsy, and I will leave the link in the description box below as a specific bag for this pen. And they call them pen kimonos, and they're beautiful fabrics. They're beautifully made. They're not terribly expensive, and they keep your pen so nice and snug. And it's great for when you just want to take one pen with you. It's a great way to store your pen. It looks lovely on my desk. I'm really, really happy with them. So after I bought this one, and I was just so pleased with it in every way, I bought 3 more, and one I've got that I'm going to send to a friend that was very generous with me, and so I'm gonna send one to a friend tomorrow, and then the other 2, I've got 2 other pens that I want to put in here, and so I just wanted to share it because I know that pen storage, if you have treasured pens, it's really important that you take care of them. My friend Lynn taught me that, Lynn Moore, and I have heeded her advice, and I've stopped putting all my beautiful fountain pens in just a glass on my desk, and I started storing them properly. And this is a way to store a single pen. They have all different kinds, so I will leave the link to their Etsy shop in the description box so you can see them for yourself. I think it's called Otishandmade, Otis, but I am very pleased. And if you buy, like if you find somebody that wants to share the shipping and everything with you, it's actually not that bad. But the more you buy, the less expensive it is. So if you found 2 other people that wanted to split it with you, you'd get a really, really good deal. So Otishandmade, I will leave a link in the description box. Other than that, I have been really enjoying my wool gathering book, and I mean, it's an everyday thing for me. I have been carrying it around everywhere, and what I love about it is even if I know I'm not going to be working on it, it goes in my bag. And I bought a little pouch for it. I'm going to show it to you. I will also leave a link to this in the description box. Even though I will say I really love it. It's incredible. It is made out of paper. And so many things that we buy for our notebooks, covers and stuff, are made out of leather. And I have to say, the vegan leather, it just doesn't do much for me. It feels really plastic for me. And this was a great option. This is paper. It's really thick oiled paper or waxed paper. Number one, it's absolutely beautiful to look at, I think. I love the ruggedness of it, and it's really durable. And so it came with more elastics in here that you could use it as a traveler's notebook, right? And I'm actually going to trim those cords, but it's perfect for the field notes. She sells the field note size. And so you can slip it in here. And it's a wonderful way to take your field notes with you, or any book this size. She has them for everything, every size you can imagine. And you can slip some stickers or like your stickers, which I keep in here. You can you can slip those in there, that kind of thing. So you've got sort of like a whole system with you that you could carry. I like a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff that I carry with this book, and it all stays in this bag, which was also a gift to me. It all stays in this bag on my desk, and if I want to take it with me, it's really easy to put into my bag when I leave the house, right? It's all self-contained. Everything I could possibly need is in this bag. But for a while, I was carrying the field notes in here. It was tucked in here. right, with these other folders. And I can still do it with this, right? But my bag was getting a little bit hard to carry. So sometimes I take it out of here and just stick it in there. Otherwise, if I'm organized, I like to keep it in here because it keeps it nice. It's beautiful. It's better than just tossing it into my bag. These are, you know, I'm hoping that these are archived for perpetuity, you know, until I don't need them anymore. Hopefully very far away in the future. But it is nice to have a little cover. And then it came, it did not come with an elastic band. I asked her to put that on there, so you can request that. And I just put a little charm that my friend Christina made for me on the front. It has a pen loop, which I never use, and next time I would tell her not to put it on there. And I may just cut it off, but I'm afraid it'll look ugly if I cut it off. That's the only thing. And I don't want to mess with the stitching or anything. So it serves no purpose for me. I don't keep my pens on my notebooks. Even in the Hobonichi, to me, it's a pain to have the pen loops. I wish everything came with just an elastic like this. It works for me. So I wanted to show you that, and of course I will leave it in there. Here's the reason why I don't always keep it in here, because when you start writing, it's just uncomfortable for me. I like to have my book flat on the table, right? It doesn't matter what I'm using. So I love a cover, and yet when I'm writing in the book, I don't love a cover. So I love a cover to keep it safe and to transport it and things like that. So I just end up taking it out. It's easy enough, right? And that's sort of what I do. Do I need the cover? I really don't. I really don't. However, this is getting too full. And I love this bag, so I'm not going to go to a bigger bag. And anyways, that's my own problem, right? But I just want to show you all this stuff because sometimes it's fun. It's fun to see new things. This is just a little folder that came with this, actually, which I think is great. And I keep my my dot stickers in there for now. They could just as easily go in here, right? But I'm not always with this, so I just keep them in here. So I'm going to unpack my little bag and just show you. I'm not sure if I've done that before, so I'm just going to do it really quickly. So this is a folder that held stationery at one time. When I used it all up, I just repurposed the folder. I stuck a wax seal sticker on there. And this just holds stickers. And when I run out of some, I replenish it. And so I haven't even opened these, so I've got a ways to go. And I cut PET tape into pieces and stick it in here. I just like to have stickers with me to decorate my book. It is completely unnecessary, right? It is completely unnecessary. It's just me. I love it. I get my stickers from everywhere. I mean, whenever I start to run low, wherever I'm maybe purchasing supplies or something, I look and see what the stickers they have. If I go to a shop, I see what stickers they have. So I can't really say. This is one place I just ordered from recently, and only because they had an enamel pin that I wanted to get my daughter for Christmas. And I noticed that they had stickers, so I ordered some of their stickers to go, you know, in the order and add on. So Kubo and Lucy Stationery Co. Really nice stuff. And I got her the perfect pin that I wanted to get her. So that's that. And then I have this book, which I know I've talked about, which has all of my odds and ends of papers, and I have some new ones to add to it. So let me go get those. So when I received so I had a couple paintings, right? And this little one, honestly, I need the bigger one for stickers, but it could be a bigger folder for sure. I think this is just a traveler's notebook folder, passport size. Yeah, it works. I could probably take some of these out because I rarely use these. We'll see how much I fit in here. So what I do is I'll just fold these in half. These are paintings that I was just testing some colors. They mean nothing, so I just repurpose them, right? If it's a really big piece, I might just tear. And I use these for all sorts of reasons, mostly to cover up mistakes. Like if I put something in and it gets smudged or whatever, I cover it up. So I like to keep things like this. I can use that for another painting. This is just a paper bag that came with something. Honestly, it's perfect. So I love this little sticker on there, so I'll just cut it into pieces. And this can be used again, right? So I just keep things like this. So I keep every scrap of it. No, but I try to keep some of it, and then I can just recycle the rest. I mean, it's really pretty. So why throw it away? And I use this kind of stuff all the time. So it's handy. And I can recycle the rest of it. I don't need tons. I loved this postcard that came in an order of watercolors, so I could cut out this part and stick this in there, and I can use this, right, on something. So pretty. And I loved this little bag too. Same thing. It's got this fun little sticker on it. And so I can cut it, stick it in here, just fold it and stick it in. And my little collection grows. Sometimes I'll go through it if it's starting to get really full. Like I said, I could probably take some of these out. I've had these in here forever and I don't use them. So I know I could probably take them out and I wouldn't miss them. And then here's my book. All right, so those are the things that are usually tucked in this front pocket. There are so many bags you can get to carry all your stuff with you or to keep it with you on your desk. I mean, if you have a whole lot of stuff, I mean, you could certainly do something like this pencil bag would be great. If you have a ton of stuff, you could do like a larger Delphonics bag, right? But I really love this one. This was a gift to me and I adore it. On here, I put some little trinkets. It didn't come with that. I just added those and it just makes it more fun for me. So here's everything that's inside. And like I said, it's getting really crowded. And I probably shouldn't have all of these washi tapes. And what I plan on doing this year is getting one of those Travelers Company washi tape like storage or sticker storage files, like sticker paper. They were out of it the last time I placed an order with Jet Pen, so the next time I order from them, I'll look and see if they have it. But here is everything that's in this bag. And I do use it all, but I need to narrow it down. So I have a glue stick. I'm sure I could find a smaller glue stick than this, and I plan on it, but this is the one I have, and so I'm using it. It's okay. It's not that I'd recommend it or anything. It's called GLOO. I think I got it from Jet Pens a long time ago. I've been using it for a while. It's almost done. So when this is done, I'm going to try to find something with a smaller profile for sure. I have my pencil leads. This is just one that I've had forever. This is a Uni Kuratoga. It's not my favorite, but I have it, so I'm using it. And it's small, right? And then these are pencil eraser refills for my mechanical pencil, which is this. This is the Zebra Delgard in a 0.5, and I use this constantly, so it's nice. It just has an HB lead in it. These are my tweezers because my fingers, I'm left-handed. I have no feeling in my thumb or these two fingers, and so it's very hard for me to get stickers off sometimes. Tweezers really help with that. These are really, really, really sharp. I got them on Amazon for like $5, and I don't know, just look up crafting tweezers. You'll find them. There's tons of different kinds. I just thought these were pretty with the rainbow colors. And so I keep them in here. If I ever lost this piece, I wouldn't be able to use them anymore because they're just too sharp to carry with you unless you have that. So don't lose that piece, right? I have just a metal ruler. I like metal rulers. I use rulers a lot. They can even be used to tear washi tape, to tear paper. It kind of comes down, slants down to a fine point here. It doesn't damage my pens or anything. It's just great, and it helps me to score things if I need to. This one's by Midori. It wasn't inexpensive for a small ruler, but I've had it a while, and I've got two of them actually. I've got a silver one also. And they're just really useful to have a small ruler. My silver one, I will show you, is a little bit different. Where is it? Oh, it's in this. My silver one's a little bit different. If you find that you need a bigger ruler, it unfolds into a foot. So that is super, super handy. And then it can also be used for angle guides. You see that on there? So you can use that to draw angles as well. So this is a great one too. Also by Midori. I really love that one. Okay. I'm just going to keep going through this. These are my scissors. These are by, who are they by? I don't even know. Raymay. They're awesome. And you can tighten the straps for your fingers if you need more precision with this thing here. Takes them all the way in or out, and they're perfect for what I need. They've got a little protector on them, and they're small enough profile. They fit in anywhere. This is a Zig glitter pen. It's called Wink of Stella, and this one is kind of broken. The ink is starting to come out here instead of just out of the tip, so I'm just careful with it, but I like to put a little glitter on things sometimes. What can I say? This is a clear one. Next time I'm going to get the black glitter. Let's see, what else do I keep in there? Okay, so these are all my utensils, and I'll talk about those. I don't need all of these. I'm just still, well, I'll tell you about it when I show you those. These are washi tapes. So these are by Scotch 3M. I got these at Target, and now they don't carry them anymore, so that I order them on Amazon. I've ordered them probably 5 times. I love them. It's really simple. It's black, white, and gold. That's all I need. I use them constantly. I love, love, love them to tape things into the notebook, to cover things up. They're opaque. They're really useful to me, and they put sparkle in, and I'm always about the glitter. So again, these are by Scotch 3M. They're called Expressions washi tape. Yeah, I love them. Some your Target might still have them, or sometimes hardware stores have it. Craft stores, Michael's, Joann's, those kinds of places. But all right. And these are the 2 washi tapes that I take with me right now. I did have some teacups in there, but I took that out because I got teacup stickers. So this one, let me unwrap it a little bit. It's a clear tape. I have no idea where I got these, you guys. But you need to find the ones that you love anyways. But it's just little paint dollops on clear tape. See that? In all different colors. And I take off 1 or 2 at a time, just to decorate, to cover things up. They're really useful for me. I like dots. And then these are the same kind of thing, but they have little faces on them, and they make me incredibly happy. You'll see them throughout all of them. Yeah, they're just, I love them. So they're just super fun. I have no idea where I got them. Usually I get most of my stuff at Yoseka Stationery, so it's possible that I got them there. And again, they're the only place I order from regularly, so I don't remember. Now for my tools, I like black ink, so I have a little system, and if I am drawing a line that is up and down like this, so it's a vertical line, I use a mechanical pencil, and I already told you about that tool, all right? So an HB mechanical pencil. If I am drawing a horizontal line, I use a magic pencil. This is a Kaweco Sport SketchUp, Kaweco SketchUp 5.6, and then in it I have a Kohinoor magic pencil lead. Magic pencil lead just means that it's a red, yellow, and blue lead. That means you're also going to get orange and green and violet and gray. It is super cool. I use it every day of my life, not only in my Woolgathering book, in my journals, in my artwork, and I use it in my sketchbook constantly. I love these. I have 3 of them in different colors. So here's another one that I keep on my desk. This is a Kaweco in silver. This stays on my desk. This goes in my bag. I love the magic pencil. So I use it to draw this line here. Sometimes I use it to draw bullets. Let's see if I have any in here. Here, these are bullets drawn with it. I love black plus the rainbow, and that's just my aesthetic, and gold, right? So it's indispensable for me. I use it constantly. This is a Jelly Roll pen in black gold. It's Jelly Roll gold, but it's the black gold. I love this. It does bleed through. So when I use it, I love the way it looks. I love the fat juiciness of it. But when you use it, it bleeds through, no matter what the paper is. And so guess what? I just put a little piece of brown paper, I put a sticker on it, and I drew on it and stuck it down with my black sparkle washi tape. Done. And that just brings beauty, I think, right? So I don't mind that it bleeds through because it brings so much. Here's a little bit of it, just as a little shimmer detail. And it hardly mattered over here. I used such a light touch, it was okay. But when you write with it and it gets thick like this, it does show through. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else where I just use it lightly. You can kind of see, like here's just a couple dots of it in this little drawing I did with a brush pen. Yeah, see? When I use it to write, I end up having to put something on the other side, which just brings beauty to my book and it makes it more fun. So I'm great with it. I love the aesthetic of it with my black ink and rainbow. So this is my brush pen. I can't live without a brush pen. A lot of people don't like brush pens. I love them. This is by Kuretake. It's a really nice one. It's got a rubbery matte feel. It's got a hair brush, a bristle brush on the end, and it's got black ink. You can refill this with cartridges, or you can put any color in here. You can also use a converter. You can buy converters for it if you want to use your own ink. I just use the Kuretake ink because I like it. It's black, it's water soluble. It does what I want it to do. I always have a brush pen. I use it for little drawings, little doodads on things. And for me, it's just here, like around this tape, I used it here. Here I drew a little vase, right? So I use them a lot, and I wanted to have one in my bag so I could use it in here too. And then these are the 2 pens that have my attention right now. Actually, there's 3. Here's the 3 pens that have my attention right now. I like them all because they have a really thick, juicy line. Now, I'm going to show you on other paper. Okay. This is my scrap paper book. So this is the Zebra Sarasa Grande. And it's an expensive pen for a gel pen, right? It's, I think I paid $15 for it. I've had it a while. I do love it. It's not the most comfortable pen I have because I can't feel these, which it's took me a long time to get used to writing again. So it feels a little odd sometimes. There's only one pen that I use that doesn't feel odd, and I will show you that in a minute. But here it has a 1.0 Sarasa I can't think of it, refill in it. It didn't come with it, but I buy them separately, and I'll show you that too. Go inside a stone. This is one of my favorite things to write, and the poet who wrote that is one of my favorite poets, Charles Simic, and he passed away this past week. Go inside a stone. That would be my way. It's one of my favorite poems. But look how nice, I think I've talked about this in another video, how nice and dark and saturated and thick that line is. It makes me incredibly happy. And if I go across it with my finger, the Zebra Sarasa dry gel ink is awesome. I have the same ink in this pen. This is the Uni Jetstream Body, all right? It's got this squishy, squishy, thick gel. It is an ugly pen. And that's the only thing about it I don't like. It's just an ugly pen because they made this blue. I don't know why. But it's got the same ink inside, and I really do love it. I love writing with it. It's more comfortable for me, but it's the same exact refill. So all you do is you unscrew this, you take the old refill out, and you plop the new one in. It's super simple. And the Zebra Sarasa refills fit the Jetstreams. So I love both of them. I really love using this pen. It's so elegant and beautiful to use. I love it. But if I'm doing a lot of writing, like if I know I've got like 5 passages to transcribe, I use this one. If it's one, then I'll use this one. So I kind of need both of those. This one is completely disposable. I don't have to use it, but I got it to try it. It's the Sharpie S-Gel 0.7. So it is not as thick. It's still very dark. But you can see the difference between a 7 and a 1. Look how thick and dark this ink is. I thought this was going to be the same, and I know they have ones, but I just couldn't find them at the store I was at. So this is a 0.7, and it also does not budge. So let me show you the difference. If I took, for instance, a Muji gel pen, and this is a 0.5, also a nice dark line, it does smear, right? Even at that finer line. So it does matter. The ink does matter. And the other thing that's never going to smear would be a ballpoint pen, right? But it just doesn't have that dark, wet look to it, but at least it doesn't smear. So that's why I use the Zebra Sarasa ink. And I get them like this in a pack of 5 from Amazon. I just got a new one a couple weeks ago, and I've already used one of them. So it's the Zebra Sarasa 1.0 millimeter. And I just get the black. They come in blue, black, and I believe red. They're great. So that's it. I've got a couple stray ones here and there too. This is the Sarasa Mark-On. This is a 0.5 that I bought a while ago, and I don't use the 0.5 anymore, so I'll save it though, because I'm sure there will be a purpose for it. So that's it. That's my system. That's what I have with me at all times when I'm going to work in my Woolgathering book, which is my everything now. So eventually, when I've got a few books behind me and stored and indexed, I will do a video on that. But today, I'm just going to stop the camera and I'm going to just transcribe. I'm going to start a new page and transcribe something from this book that I'm reading for like the 5th time, and I wanted to write this, and I've got another passage too, but I'm just going to do this one for the video and just kind of show you how I do it. All right. I am going to try a voiceover. I've never done this before, really. So I might not narrate the whole thing, but just in case there's something I want to talk about. So I always start by putting margins if I know that I'm going to be making margin notes. And on this, I definitely knew I wanted to. So I go between 4 and 5 squares, depending on how much of a square is in the margin, or is cut off. I can't explain it, but 4 or 5 squares, and I draw the line with my pencil. And then I take my tweezers and I put my little dot on. And in my system, anything that has to do with myth or writing, like myth telling or story writing, I mark with orange. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting my orange dot on my book. A lot of this is self-explanatory, but just in case. just in case there's something that I feel like I need to talk about. And then I just start writing, and I usually leave one square on either side, which gives me plenty of room to write, and I try to keep my handwriting in the lower half of the square so that I can write on every line, and my actually extra big Y's and G's where it dips down into this other line below, my handwriting doesn't get too bunched up. So I try to keep my handwriting small, like in the bottom half of the square of the grid, and I leave myself a margin on either side of one square. And that just helps me keep it sort of neat looking. I like the aesthetic of it. Is it important? Not really. You know, depending on your handwriting, you can do whatever you want, but these books are small and I like to fit a lot into them. And so I find that writing small is helpful, and I like to write small. So it just suits me. I used to think that because I was writing small, I had to use a really fine pen. But what I learned from watching Megan Rhiannon was that a thicker line actually made my handwriting look much neater. And now I just love it. The blacker the better, the thicker the line the better. I'm the only one that's going to be reading this. I can read my own handwriting. My handwriting isn't particularly neat, right? So, you know, it's not a big deal if I can write it. Also, I do not tend to hyphenate at the end if I'm running out of space. I just stop like in the middle of the word wherever I run out of room, and I begin the word again on the next row. So if I was writing the word like replace and I could fit REP, then I would just move to the next line and put LACE. I don't worry about hyphenation at all. It just flows and it works. I don't know. I even do that in the margins. Sometimes every single word is broken in half. But it works for me. It doesn't bother me. It's my own handwriting. It's my own kind of shorthand. So it just works. But you can see that if my writing gets a little too big, then what's above starts getting mixed up with what's below. So I really try to keep my writing to the bottom half of that square. And my writing is a little bit between, you know, cursive and just regular printing, just manuscript. It's just evolved over the years. Again, it's not the most legible handwriting, but I can read it, and that's really all that matters. It also matters to me that it looks neat on the page. That's just me. It's not important at all. You don't have to decorate these books at all. It's just joyful for me to do it. I enjoy it. I love the way it looks. It makes me happy. It brings me pleasure. And that's it. It's just, there's nothing important about it except for the words that go on the paper. So if you are a crazy, messy writer, fill it up. It doesn't matter, right? Whatever appeals to you is how you should go about it. I do recommend organizing it somehow, though, with some color coding, like I used to do with my dot markers, or if you want to start using stickers. I really like the stickers. I like the way they look, but dot markers worked for me for a long time. So, or just even making a bullet with a different color pen. And you can see here that I'm trying to read entire sentences, or almost an entire sentence if it's a long sentence, and then transcribe and not look back at the book. So you'll see me pause every now and then, and that's because I'm looking back to read a new sentence. At least once or twice here, my brain did what it does, and I had to look back at the book, and that's okay. That's just my brain, and it's getting better, right? The more I do this practice, the better it gets. The more words I can fit into my brain and onto the paper without having to look back and refer to the words all the time. When I started this practice, I was only able to remember like 3 words. at a time. That's how bad my attention span was. So this practice truly, truly does work. So when I get toward the bottom of the page, I like to leave at least one square at the bottom, and then I just start again on the next page. If it's the same passage, if it's even the same writer but a different passage, I don't need to put another sticker in unless the subject changes. And that has happened before. Or I add another sticker if it applies to two categories. But I just draw my margin again, because I know I want to write the margins in this passage, and it can't hurt. I can always put stickers or drawings in there if I don't end up writing something, and then I just continue on, and I finish up with the passage. And then once it's done, I write the name of the author and the name of the book if that's applicable. I don't put page numbers. I don't do anything like that, because how I index things is really by author, or sometimes just subject, depending. So I don't need page numbers and things like that. It's just not that important to me to have that. If I really want to find it in a book, I can. So yeah, I just do that. And then, because I'm done with this author and with this passage, I use my magic pencil and I draw a horizontal line, just to denote that that passage is over. And then when I pick it back up again, I'll be starting a new passage from something else. So sometimes I'll see like 4 or 5 pages that are different passages from one book. I don't need to put that horizontal line underneath it until I'm done with that. And so now I'm writing in the margins, and I write in the margins with pencil. And that's how I differentiate my thoughts from the thoughts of the passage that I've transcribed. And I usually just put little thoughts in that I want to remember why this was important to me, or what I want to use it for. Because like this morning, I knew that there was something in my Woolgathering book that I wanted to use for a Patreon lesson for my patrons. And so instead of having to read every passage, I can just look quickly at the margin notes, and that will tell me which one it was, because I'll make little notes to myself. Ooh, this would be great for a dandelion lesson, for instance. And so I just write my margin notes, and again, just stop in the middle of the words if I need to, and the word just keeps flowing onto the next line. There's really, it's nothing precious about it, that's for sure. And then if I have some room left over, I like to put a sticker or make a little drawing, or, just make it pretty. Again, totally unnecessary. It's just me. It's what I enjoy doing. And so it brings me a lot of pleasure, and that matters. In today's world, that matters, right? So these are the little things, the little parts of it that just keep me at it and keep me doing it and make it so special for me. And I know that even the other day I had to look back at another book and to find something that I remembered putting in there, and it just gave me such joy to open that little book and look through it to find the passage that I was looking for. And I'm not sure if I said this in the video or not, but I take this book with me in my purse, and so then I'll stick it in its little carrier, its little cover, and put it in my bag now. And if I'm ever somewhere where I have a few minutes, I just open and read it like a book. You know, these are all the things that matter to me right now, that I'm keeping track of, that matter enough to me that I'm writing them down in this book. And so by rereading them, it helps me learn them and take them in even more. And it just, I don't know, it's just a really great practice if you are someone who collects a lot of information, who does a lot of reading, who gets inspired by books and articles and things like that. Sometimes I'll just write a poem, that I read that's just so beautiful that I never want to forget it. And then I can just read it over and over again. And the process of actually writing it helps me. So now I'm just decorating a little bit around that sticker with my little Wink of Stella glitter pen. I love it so much. And it dries pretty quickly. I try not to make it too thick or heavy. So it dries pretty fast. I can leave the book open for a minute or so and it's usually dry enough. And I use it so sparingly that if it transferred to the other page, who cares, right? It's just pretty. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was somewhat interesting for you. And if there's any videos that you would like me to make, like something you would like to see, please let me know. And I would be happy to do that. This is just sort of nerd stuff for me. It's just, I don't even know if anybody else would be interested at all. All right, everybody, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks.